Hi, good morning, and welcome to Breaking Barriers with Jairus Elizabeth. So this morning we'll be talking about good listening skills. I found out that many people don't really talk about listening, like the listening skills, because most times when you're organizing a meeting or you're going for an interview, one of the skills that is required for you or what they expected you to have is communication skill. But communication cannot be effectively achieved when good listening skill is not in place. So this morning I'll be giving us 10 tips on how to have good listening habits. Yes, 10 tips on how you can have a good listening habit. So stay put as well. So listening is one of the most important skills you can have. And how well you're listening has a major impact on your job effectiveness and also the quality of your relationship with other people. So for instance, we're listening to get information, we're listening to understand, we're listening for enjoyment, and we're listening to learn. So here are the 10 tips on active listening. 1. You face the speaker and have eye contact. Yes, and me saying that does not mean that you constantly focus your eyes on the speaker. No, sometimes you bring a kind of intimidation to the speaker. So what you do is maybe in 10 seconds you take your eyes away, you look at his mouth, you face down, you should give some response like body language that you are actually looking at the person but paying your attention and facing him directly. Okay, number 2 is you listen to non-verbal clues too. Yes, you don't just listen to their voices alone, but you pay attention to their body language. There are a lot that their body language can be seen rather to what their voice is saying. Yes, and even on phone call, you can also get a lot of information from someone's voice when you pay attention to how they feel, their positive or negative response to what you're saying and all of that. So you pay attention to non-verbal clues, not just the voice alone. So number 3 is don't interrupt. Yes, whenever you're listening to someone, don't interrupt. Just pay rapt attention to the person, because interruptions can cause frustration. Most times the speaker can think that maybe you feel like you know too much or you don't just have the time to listen to them. And if you're the kind of person that thinks fast or you have a response to something, just exercise patience, exercise a little patience. Give them time to talk and learn before you air out your view out. And when you're airing out your view out, ask for permission, because most likely people who want this rapt attention can be people who are going through a lot, people who are sick, and they don't even want you to dictate for them. They just want you to listen to how they are feeling. So if you have anything to say in this, you can just say, please, can I say something? Then you get their permission before saying something. But without that, just give them rapt attention without saying anything. That can help a lot. So number 4 is listen without judging or jumping into conclusion. Yes, sometimes I can be victim of this whenever I am angry, but it's actually bad. Don't assume that you know what the person is about to say next. Just pay attention and listen to what they're about to say first before you say whatever you want to say, like I said earlier. Number 5 is don't start planning what to say next. Yes, you can't do the 2 at a time, listening and planning what to say next. You'll be distracted. So just pay rapt attention to what the speaker is saying, and obviously what to say next will definitely come from what the speaker is saying if you want to give a response. So number 6 is you show that yes, you're listening. Well, I don't even know how to do that most times, but it's actually important when you're listening to someone. You give them that impression that yes, you're actually listening. Like yes, you nod your head, you give them a little sound like yes, yes, that's true. Some impressions like that. Just show them that yes, you're listening by your body language or a sound. So number 7 is do not impose your opinion or solution to the other person. Yes, most times it might not be easy to hold back when you hear from them, but the truth is that giving or lending a listening and supportive ear to the other person can be much more rewarding than telling them what to do, especially those who are frustrated, those who are sick and passing through a lot. They just want you to listen to them and not to force them to do 1 or 2 things. So number 8 is stay focused. There's not much explanation to this, it's just for you to stay focused. But when you're finding it difficult to stay focused on the person talking to you, just try and repeat what they are saying in your head as they are talking. As that, I think you will find yourself staying focused on what they are saying and leaving whatever that is distracting you. So number 9 is ask questions. Yes, You ask relevant questions to show that yes, you've been paying attention. And when you're doing that, you make sure the speaker pause before you ask your question to avoid interruption. So number 10 and the last is for those who are listening to learn. Yes, which is paraphrasing and summarizing. Repeating what the speaker has said earlier really shows that you are paying attention. And if there is any way you did not get it correctly, allow the speaker to correct you instead of assuming. Yes, assumption, they said, is the lowest form of knowledge. So we've come to the end of our review for today. So one thing I would say, in some ways, you practice to make perfect. If you want to develop a listening habit, you practice these tips over and over and over again until you're perfect, or until you've derived what you want. Bye. See you next time when I upload a video.